Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of Sparks Week. This is a super fast live stream because this is the last day of our holidays and I have already run a Tool of the Trade webinar today and I'm about to hop on another one now. That was poor timing earlier in the year. This was a last minute holiday that we squeezed in. Didn't quite plan things long term for this one. But I thought today was a really, really good example of grabbing spontaneity when you can, and this idea of not adding to the mental load, just mind shifting, doing things slightly different that you would be doing anyway. So I was running a 90-minute webinar. The October webinar was an EMDR webinar with Caroline Burrows. Caroline happens to be a very dear friend, and I figured she would probably be up for this. I'm not saying that all webinar presenters would be, but we decided to run a game of puppy bingo while we were doing the webinar. So I would, at random times, put a picture of one of the therapy dogs into the chat box, and the first person to unmute and call out the dog's name won a point. And then at the end of the webinar, whoever had the most points gets a little bonus. Caroline, impressively enough, even though she was the one presenting, ended up winning the challenge, which is really quite remarkable. But she does really love those dogs. So, but I thought this is what I mean about grabbing those domains, grabbing those sparks in action, making them a part of your day, doing stuff that you would have been doing anyway. I was going to be doing the webinar. I was going to be engaged and monitoring the chat anyway. It was not a big deal to go looking for some puppy photos because I happen to have quite a few of those and pop them into the chat. And it made it fun and engaging and something a little bit different. It's certainly not something I've ever done before or seen in a webinar. So the participants seemed to enjoy, and it didn't add anything to my mental load, and it certainly was a very fun and recharging activity. I don't think I have ever laughed so much during EMDR training previously. So that's my little snippet for today, my little tip for today. Take something that you're doing anyway, something that you've got to do anyway, and see if you can inject a little bit of spontaneity, a little bit of fun into it. It's well worth it. Thanks for following along, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.